Oh my God.
Programmet presenteras av betsave.com.
This is Marcus Korva with StudioMMA and MMA Net, and we're here with Miguel Torres. Welcome back.
Thank you for having me again, man. Appreciate it.
You've been a veteran, obviously being a WEC champion. Is this the biggest event that you fought at?
No, I think the biggest event that I ever fought in was a WC fight against Yoshiro Maeda in Sacramento. Your favorite was the headliner. I think that was probably the biggest event I ever fought in. As far as like shock value, you know, I'm in the back and I'm warming up and I'm trying to rest and control myself. And I just hear this roar. It's like Gladiator, when like the crumbs from the ceiling fall.
Right.
And I'm like, what was that? And I could hear it again. And I'm like, what was that? And then I walk off my fight. They pull the curtain back. And I'm like, just look straight ahead. And I just started to walk. It was insane. There was so many people there that all I can do is focus and look straight ahead and look at the cage because it was just overwhelming. You know, that fight was one of the only fights where I could hear the crowd roar, and it affected the way that I fought. You know, it was crazy.
Now, people coming into the UFC, obviously some people have, 10, 15 fights coming to the UFC. How big of a difference is that, the crowd screaming like that?
It's a huge difference. You know, I think the biggest difference in the UFC and WC crowds, I think WC crowds, everybody that went to a WC event understood the game more. They wanted to see the ground and the stand-up. They understood everything. They cheered where they were standing up or on the ground. And the UFC fans tend to only want to see a knockout. So sometimes when you hit the ground, you hear a lot of boos. Even when you control your distance and you're trying to measure your guy out, you hear a lot of boos. And, it's the fans. They want to see action, but they need to understand that, one punch can change everything. So you have to be careful.
Now, do you think with time that's going to change with the fans?
Oh, 100%. It's all education. It's all on what people know. And the UFC is always picking up new fans and always picking up, new people. And I think that once the viewers understand what the sport is about and it becomes more in the mainstream culture, they're going to totally understand the sport. Like in Japan, I've been in fights in Japan where you don't hear a pin drop. And then somebody goes for an armbar and they go insane, Here you hear a roar from the beginning to the end of the fight, and it's either cheers or boos.
We were in Sweden last week for UFC Sweden, and Dana said it was the most educated crowd that he'd experienced, and exactly that. When people were on the ground, when they were going for positions and moves, the crowd was cheering and going crazy. How far do you think the United States crowd is from getting to that level?
We got to be close. We should be close. We've been having UFC for a while now, and I think it's mainstream. We're on Fox now. They're doing well on the pay-per-views. It's all over TV. So I think with time, especially with the Ultimate Fighter show, people are going to be more knowledgeable about what's going on.
And you guys are doing a shit ton of media here, and you guys are living in the same hotel. We got your opponent over there warming up. How is it being that close to the guy you're going to be inside of the cage with just 48 hours from now?
It's no big thing for me. I know that he's doing his thing, and I'm not worried about what he's doing. I'm focused on what I'm trying to do and what I got to do, and my biggest worry is myself.
And we got a main event where there's been some harsh words, and two guys pretty honestly are not best friends right now. How do you think they feel and being right next to each other basically the last week leading up to the fight, and any predictions on the main event as well?
I think their situation is a little bit different. Those guys got a beef and it's personal, and I know it's going to be different. So I think coming into the fight with those two guys, you're going to see fireworks in the beginning because it's personal.
Have you ever fought someone that you honestly disliked?
I didn't dislike the guy, but I fought a guy in my hometown one time. He was talking crap for about a year and a half. And finally, the promoter gave him this chance to fight me. And I finished everybody up until him. I could have finished him in the first round. I didn't. I beat him up for 3 rounds, and it went to a decision. I kicked him out of the we were in the ring, not in the cage. Kicked him out of the ring and everything. And after the fight, he gets the microphone from the promoter, and he's like, Miguel Torres couldn't finish me. And I beat him, but he was still happy that I didn't finish him, And I was like, man, that was a dumb mistake. I shouldn't have followed so much emotion.
So, exactly that. Emotions can be a disadvantage inside the cage.
They can get the best of you 100%. Yeah.
Who do you think will win on Saturday night?
I think if anybody's going to beat John Jones, it's going to be Rashad Evans. For sure.
You heard it from Miguel Torres. Looking forward to seeing you back on Saturday night. Thank you.
Cool, man. Thank you, man.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Oh my God.
Programmet presenteras av betsave.com.